Hello, everybody. This is going to be a quick demo on the star extension or the star signs extension. And if you've cloned your repo inside of the source folder, you should find a package for each of the extensions, including the star one for the star signs one. And the most interesting file, or what you're going to be programming in, is in the star.java file. And so first you're going to do this, implement this method, calculate revolutions for points. So by revolutions, like how many full orbits around the circle you're going to have to do for a odd pointed star with a certain number of points. And so has not yet implemented there right now. If you're not sure exactly what to do, you could just say, I'm just going to return one revolution for no matter how many points this has. That's not the worst idea because it'll produce, for a 5-pointed star, to produce a pentagon, right? And we'll see that now that we've built this. But it's not a bad way to start, and then you can fix this later if you want. Down here is the filled odd pointed star method, which is where the really interesting part of this assignment lies. And you told a center, a y, a radius, and over here is going to be the number of points. At the beginning, you're given these two checks that check to make sure that if it's even, let's throw an exception and say, like, this has got to work for odd. And if it's less than 3, I'm not going to be able to fill a star that has less than 3 points on it. So you can sort of guarantee that. I'm going to close this method up because I don't want to rob anybody of the joy of building this assignment. Down here in main, we have something that's going to drive it. So if I run this, let me run this as a Java application. Let me save that and get it going. You can see that the triangle looks great. So the 3-pointed star is looking great. It's going to ask you, like, does this, it should look like this, a spinning green odd pointed star, which we saw it spin around. You don't have to worry about figuring, is that exactly 0.4, 0.3? We drew this black circle around it at exactly the radius that it should be, so that you don't have to worry about it. If it fits perfectly in the circle, you're in good shape. Again, this guy is now spinning up in this tinier one. You can see the radius has dropped here. And if it looks perfectly inside of that, we're in good shape. The pentagon, instead of the 5-pointed star, is related to the fact that we're only doing one revolution around for our angle. And so all of them will sort of look like this. There'll be a 7-sided, like, septagon or whatever it's called here. And so this is going to be another problem for you to think about and figure out a way to sort of figure out how many revolutions for however many stars you need. Now, I have written this correctly and committed it and pushed it to Git. So as you've seen, a lot of times I make these contrived things where I break them for these videos. I can just replace with head revision. It'll bring it back to the working version. I've discarded the changes on that. Now, when I run this file, it'll go back to the working version. You can see how it's supposed to look when you run it. And there you go. So that looks good. You can just hit the enter key to continue. And we can see that there's our 5-pointed star looking exactly how we want it. There it is as a smaller version. Here's the 7-pointed star, and everything is looking good. Okay, so at any moment I can exit out of that. We have a couple of examples here for you. There's the Singapore flag, which I have, sort of drawing the base of Indonesia. If this is still in the flag Studio 7, this will be familiar. If it's been moved on, that's fine. But we're going to draw a bunch of stars on the Indonesian flag, including a crescent. And if I run the Singapore flag, sort of see this. You can imagine it being a pain to have to figure out exactly these points. It's nice to have a sign method that I can, a star, fill out odd pointed star method that I can just call that makes that good. The Australian flag has a Union Jack up here in the top corner, and some different number of pointed stars. So I included this one also, where you can see the 7-pointed star and the 5-pointed star in there. So with that, and these are just provided for you just to sort of see that your thing is working and everything like that. So if you have trouble with this assignment, definitely reach out to us, but hopefully you'll have fun.